another iSee109 presentation. Here I am working on my book. All right, I'm working on another issue of my book, inspired by none other than Ermias Askedam and his legacy, and my story of 109. I am 109, the teacher. That nine means I am the teacher, but Nipsey was 108, right? How do I know? This happened to me while I was in the desert. I saw that. All right, so here's what I'm working on. I'm working on this new magazine with 109 as the cover, but it's in white. It's with the white background. I'm inspired to do it in white this time and to give a new presentation because, of course, the Marathon clothing store is getting, or rather, it has been painted anew. It's been painted, newly painted. Yeah. Drive down Crenshaw, hit Slauson, and there you can see it. There it is in all of its glory. You can see that it's been painted, all of that good stuff. So the marathon continues, y'all. And I'm doing my part. All right. So here we go. We've got all of this going on right here. This is the photo I took when I was in Oman, less than 7 days after Nipsey was sadly dispatched from this mortal coil, from the mortal plane. I saw this cross in the sky. I was thousands of miles away from Los Angeles when I saw this, and I smiled because I knew this was a sign from the universe that Nipsey was important, far more important than you could ever have imagined. And everything came to me. It was like an epiphany. I understood everything. It was like, I got it. So I got the story that I had to tell. And here it is. I worked on this poem. I tried making this a rap, but I didn't have any music for it to go to, and sadly I'm not a good rapper, so I just had to explain the vision that I had received on the day that I saw this, and on the day, yeah, it was pretty much that day that I had the vision, and I realized, oh, this is what it's all about. And I've been working on it tirelessly ever since. My YouTube channel, you can see everything that I've been talking about. So anyway, I'm working on this one now. So let me give you some little insight into this. So this is the picture that really brought everything together. I saw 109, which is right over here on this larger image here, which is the opacity, the opaqueness. Opacity is less. It's a little, it's not as clear, but here's 109 over here too. It's the same image right here. And then you see Nipsey. So you see a male figure here, and then you see 109 over there. Or in this picture here, you see a male figure who is Nipsey, and then you see 109 over there. And so this was the basis of me. First, I was excited when I found this image. That was one thing. I just saw this image and I was like, yo, there's Nipsey and there's 109. That's great. And then over here to the left, I saw this image one day and I thought, wait a minute, a male figure? Here's the male right here to the right. And then to the left, right over here, is the number 109. And I was like, yo, I got to talk about this. And when I found this painting that you're looking at right here by Jean-Michel Basquiat, that's all I saw. That's all I saw in the beginning was the correlation between this image, this picture right here, and this one right here. I didn't go any further because all I could see in that picture was Nipsey here and 109 over there, or rather a male figure here and 109 there. That's all I saw at that moment. And then I started studying the painting a little bit more, and then it all came to me. It all revealed itself to me slowly that this painting, as I believe it to be, is basically this picture of Nipsey. Like I was, that sounds very strange, right? But it's true. And in fact, it's even stranger because this picture was taken sometime in 2000 and let's say between 2009 and 2018, right? I'm guessing it was around 2013, but I don't know exactly. In fact, this photo was uh the way that I found it is I watched Crenshaw and Slauson True Story. That's Nipsey's song, and that video was released in 2013. So maybe this was a picture taken in 2013. All right. But look, I know the male image in this picture doesn't look like Nipsey. Of course not. But it's a male image, or at least I think it is. But here's what really led me. Here's what really messed up my mind when I looked into this more closely, right? So of course 109 is there, and that caught my eye because of course
You're at 109 right now.
you dig. So that caught my eye immediately. So I was like, yo, I love this. I'm glad. I love this painting. I'm glad I found 109 in a Basquiat painting. But then when I started to compare this image with that image, then I was like, wait a minute. 109 and a male figure? Like, yo, that's this image. And then I did some more work. All right. It says here chest, right? Nipsey was shot in his chest when, the day that he sadly was dispatched, right? Shot in his chest. And in your chest, two of the largest organs are the liver and the lungs. Well, the report said that Nipsey was shot in his liver and in his lungs. So already there's a correlation between chest, liver, and lungs that directly correlates with one Nipsey Hussle, right? So I was like, dang, that's interesting. But then I started to look even closer, and I read that Alexander the Great is at the top, and I was wondering what's the connection with Nipsey. Well, let's see if we can pull it up here. Netflix won't show you, but let's see. All right, let's go to Twitter. I'm gonna show you this really quickly. We're gonna search for Nipsey Hussle on Twitter, and I'm gonna show you. There it is, right there. See where it says the Great? The Great. Nipsey Hussle, victory lap, out now, the Great. That's what you need to pay attention to right there. The Great. Nipsey called himself the Great on his Twitter account. The Great is a mention, it's a throwback. It's a correlation between Nipsey being great and Alexander the Great. That's not by coincidence. Nipsey was doing that on purpose. He was telling you, yo, I'm great, like Alexander the Great. But it gets even deeper because Alexander the Great was Greek. And in Greece, that's where marathons come from. Nipsey's brand is called the Marathon Clothing. Not only that, the marathon was created this way. There's a legend about there was a battle, the Battle of Marathon that took place. There was a runner, or rather a marathoner, who ran from the battle toward Athens, Greece. And on his way to Athens, Greece, let's see if we can pull that up on the map. He was running from Marathon to Athens, Greece. And what he did is his goal was to go and tell the people. I'm about to censor this one out. So he was running from Athens. Where was he? Here we go. Look at that. This is Marathon, the Marathon Run Museum from Marathon. Look at that. There's Marathon. He ran from Marathon to Athens. You see that? From Marathon to Athens. That's what he did. He ran from Marathon to Athens. All right. So he ran from Marathon to Athens, right? Okay. And the goal of arriving in Athens was to tell the people that they were victorious. Victorious, victory. That was the message he was sending, victory. Nipsey's album was called Victory Lap. His clothing brand is called the Marathon Clothing. Nipsey was tying all of these things together because Nipsey was aware of what he wanted his legacy to be. He wanted it to be all of that. And it really and truly is. I don't think he knew about this connection though. I don't think Nipsey looked at this picture and decided, "Oh, I don't think Nipsey said I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to stand here and I'm going to take a picture with 109 in the background. And I'm going to call myself the closest thing to Alexander the Great. I'm going to call myself Nipsey Hussle the Great." I don't think he thought like that. I don't think he said, "Oh, when I die, I'm going to get shot in my chest and I'm going to be shot in my liver and in my lungs." And what's interesting about this is that there's an article in the Daily Mail, Mail, Daily Mail. There's an article that talks about Nipsey's the injuries he suffered during the shooting, and it said that he was shot between 10 and 11 times. What number is that? It's 47. 4 plus 7 equals 11. It's almost as if Jean-Michel Basquiat, the artist who painted this, was saying, yo, there's going to be someone coming, a man, and all of this is going to apply to him. The Great, 47, chest, liver, lungs, and 109. It's almost as if he had a premonition. He was like painting something, speaking into the future. Like, this is what's coming. This is what's going to happen. That's almost what it feels like. So anyway, this is the painting by Jean-Michel Basquiat. And what I did over here on the right is I tried to update this work of art, because this work of art surprisingly was created in 1982, which was 3 years before Ermias Askedam, aka Nipsey Hussle, was even born. That's why I say it was a premonition. It was like, yo, someone's coming. I think it was the coming of a Messiah. But, anyhow. So I tried to update it by putting different words in where Basquiat wrote other words. But it's interesting here because he wrote China. Because this photo right here, although it wasn't taken in China, it was taken in an Asian country. This photo was taken in Japan. So even though he wrote China, it's kind of a relation too. It's kind of in relation to where the photo was taken. Then here's one last thing. He wrote Haiti here. That is where Jean-Michel Basquiat is a descendant from, where his father is from, right? Where his father was from. So I put Haiti there, and I put over here Eritrea, because that is where Nipsey's father is from. Nipsey too, right? But Nipsey's father. Anyhow, I put Japan on top, similar to the China over here, because the photo with Nipsey in it was taken in Japan. See how I'm trying to update it? I'm really trying to draw parallels between this painting or this image this work of art that I did here and this one that Jean-Michel Basquiat did, because the point is, y'all, I see Nipsey in this painting, and I want you to see everything that I see, just as I've created it here. I want you to see that. Look at this. This looks like the EKG reading, a heart monitor, right? I put it over here too because that's to show flatlining. What was once alive, beep, 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 has gone flatline. Beep. See? Beep, beep. That's the flat line right there. All right. He wrote a revolutionary here, Toussaint Louverture, Haitian revolutionary. I wrote Tupac Amaru, right? Nipsey called himself the Tupac of his generation. Do some research into Tupac Amaru. That was Tupac's namesake. That's where he got his name from. The Inca leader, Inca revolutionary, the last Inca revolutionary to be killed, or the last, to fight against the conquistadors. I think that's how it works. And then this is interesting. FKGD. FKGD was the name, it was the ticker symbol of a company. If you know the New York Stock Exchange, if you know stocks and bonds and stuff like the ticker symbol, like Apple's ticker symbol, like Apple, the company, is AAPL. Like GE, General Electric, the ticker symbol is GE. Like IBM, the ticker symbol is IBM. Let me give you one more. The ticker symbol of, let's say, I think Nike shoes is NKE. All right, if I'm not mistaken. Nike. I'm glad I mentioned Nike and the ticker symbol because Nike means victory. It could be pronounced Nike, something, I don't know. But look at that, FKGD. Those are the ticker symbols for a company that was it was a mining company that was started in the 1980s. But FKGD looks like FUCKGOD. Fuck God. That's what it looks like, right? And what did I do? But I wrote Nipsey's name, which was God Will Rise. Interesting how these two paintings can correlate. Like it's unbelievable. There's some other stuff. Yeah, so I'm writing about it down here. If you're reading this, you could read. You can read the book, even before it's done. I was writing these things. Exactly what I told you, plus more, has been written here. There's more that I will write here. But that's what it is, y'all. So, yep. Make sure you get your copy when I'm finished with this. You gots to do it. All right, I think that's it. 109. Peace and blessings.
You're at 109 right now.
Nigga, I called 10-9 and you was like, no, it's not. Shoot for it, run it. Hey, nigga, run it back, nigga. Run it back. 0-0, run it back.